Hello, I am Fatima. This video is brought by Mahvio. Follow us on social media and let's connect and build together. So this is our chapter that is reimbursement, agile development and regulatory sandbox in digital therapeutics. We will see each of this term in detail, what's the purpose and why we are studying it. So what is our content basically? That is, first of all, there is a presentation goal, then the digital therapeutics, then what is reimbursement, DiGA, that is a Germany health application, then we will see PDT, that is a prescription digital therapeutics, NHS apps, then comparisons of systems, and then agile development in digital health, then regulatory sandbox, and at the end we will conclude it. So this is our content of our chapter that we have to cover. So first of all, we will see what is our goal basically behind this chapter. So our goal is that explain how digital apps are basically working. So what we are trying to find out that how digital apps get paid, that is called reimbursement, are developed quickly and are tested safely. So this is our main goal that we have to cover in this chapter, that is how digital apps get paid, are developed quickly and are tested safely. So for get paid, we will see reimbursement concept, then how are developed quickly, then we will see here agile, and at the end to test them safely we will see regulatory sandbox concept. So this is our main goal, that we have to cover these concepts related to how digital apps basically. So first thing is that digital therapeutics. So what are the digital therapeutics? So basically these are the software or mobile apps that used to treat or manage diseases. So this is basically software or mobile apps used to treat or manage diseases. What are the examples of it? We will see mental health therapy apps, diabetes monitoring apps, sleep therapy apps. So these are just common examples of this thing, that is digital therapeutics. That it consists of apps, software to treat and manage disease. So what is the key idea? Key idea is just like that, unlike the normal health apps, DT are clinical validated and regulated. That they are approved and passed by the clinically first of all, and then we can use them and all that scenarios. So what is reimbursement? As we have seen our presentation goal here, that is we have to see how digital health apps get paid. So first thing that we have to study is that get paid. So in that get paid concept, we will see the reimbursement terminology here. So what is reimbursement? First of all, that is how digital apps get paid. So in simple, we will see that reimbursement is healthcare system or insurance pays for digital health apps. That is healthcare systems or insurance pays for digital health apps. So this is called basically simply reimbursement. And what is the process of it? First of all, you will see there is a doctor, then there is a prescription app. The doctor prescribed, for example, this app you have to use. Then patient uses that app and then insurance pays. That we have studied earlier, that is healthcare system or insurance pays for digital health apps. So this is the flow. First of all, there's a doctor, then prescribed app, then patient uses that app, and then insurance pays about that. So this is reimbursement. That is a get paid. How digital health apps get paid. Now we will see why it matters. So without reimbursement, if there is no get paid and this concept, so what will happen? So doctor rarely prescribe apps. So if there is no reimbursement, so doctors rarely prescribe apps, patient cannot afford them, digital health companies struggle to survive. So reimbursement makes digital medicine sustainable. Now we will see here DiGA, that is a Germany digital health application. So what is DiGA? Germany introduced digital health application where medicals app can be prescribed like medicines. Just like doctor prescribe the medicines, Now what we want to see here, that medical apps also prescribed by the doctor in order to use them. So what is DiGA basically? Germany introduced digital health application where medical apps can be prescribed like medicines. Approval authority, if you will see, so it is German Medical Regulatory Agency, that is BFARM, that is in the approval authority of that applications. Now what is process inside it? First of all, we will see developers submit the digital health app. So there is a developer who submit digital health app. Then there is a clinical evidence evaluated about that application. Then app listed in DiGA directory, and then doctor prescribes the app and public insurance reimburse the cost. So this is the workflow of DiGA, that is developers submit the app, clinical evidence evaluated, app listed in DiGA directory, doctor prescribe the app just like he prescribed the medicines, then public insurance reimburses the cost. So Germany is currently the global leader in digital therapeutics reimbursement. Now we will see prescription digital therapeutics. So what are this thing, that is prescription digital therapeutics? So prescription digital therapeutics are medical software treatments prescribed by doctors. They work like medicine but are delivered through mobile apps and software programs. So PDT are medical software treatment that are prescribed by doctors. Medical software treatment prescribed by doctors, and they work like a medicine but are delivered through mobile apps or softwares. It is regulated by the FDA in United States. Example, RESET app. Now we will see NHS apps in United Kingdom. So NHS App Library. So the UK National Health Service, that is NHS, provides a library of trusted healthcare apps. So NHS is basically a UK National Health Service that provides a library of a trusted healthcare apps. What are the requirements inside it? That is, app must prove clinical safety, data privacy protection, and also medical effectiveness. So these are requirements of basically NHS. So NHS is basically, what the thing is that NHS provides a library of trusted healthcare apps, and requirement inside is that clinical safety, data privacy protection, that no one illegally use the data without any permission, and medical effectiveness, that is the productive and it can be resolve the issues of the health issues of patients. What are the examples of it? Just like mental health apps, pregnancy tracking apps, lifestyle and fitness monitoring. So what are the main goal is that these apps are approved by clinical safety, data privacy protection and medical effectiveness. So after follow these steps, then we can easily use them. And after that we have a comparisons of systems. If you will see, we have different systems that we have studied, that is DiGA, PDT, NHS apps. So DiGA basically in Germany, in Germany's health application, PDT USA, and NHS App UK country. And what are the key features if we conclude them? That in DiGA, insurance reimburse prescribed apps. In PDT, we have a FDA regulates the prescription digital treatment, and in NHS app, you will see government approved the health app. So these are just the key features of our systems that we have studied. So what are the insights inside it? That is, Germany DiGA provides the strongest reimbursement model for the digital therapeutics. So if we will conclude that, so the Germany DiGA is the strongest reimbursement if we compare it. So this is the main insight, that is Germany DiGA provides the strongest reimbursement model for digital therapeutics. Now we will see agile development in digital healthcare. So if we will see what is agile. So agile is also a software development method. So it is basically method. First of all, previously we have studied about apps, software and all that concepts. Now we will see what is Agile. It is a method. And what method? Software development method, where apps are improved continuously through small updates. So what we have covered, first of all, if we will shift it to our goal, we have done that is how digital health apps get paid. We have seen different methods, different strategy, different systems there, just like DiGA, PDT, and all that stuff. Now what we want to see that how they are developed. So this is our second goal about that we have to cover. So what is agile is basically a method. If we will see that it is a method. So agile is a software development method where apps are improved continuously through small updates, that through feedbacks it will improve continuously. So what is agile life cycle? First of all, we have just a basic version, then test with users. Build basic version, test with users, improve features, and release updates. So this is a strategy of that method for the software development. That is, there is a first of all basic version, then it is test with users. After testing, they provide, for example, feedback to improve these features. Then at the end, release updates. So this is a life cycle of Agile. Now, what are the benefits? You will see that there is an improvement in it after the feedback. So then now we will see the benefits, that fast innovation and then better user experience. Just like that, users are testing it. So through their concepts, there is a more huge here. The thing is that through their feedback, the improvement is done. So that's why this point is there, that better user experience, that application provide the improvements that we have to do, and then at the end improvement is done. And continuous improvement is that, just like for example, a small version is developed, now users are using it, and at the end the improvement is made inside that, and again the app is just, for example, is given to the users to test, and again if there is any issue in it, so then they have improved it. So continuous improvement on the feedbacks is done there. For example, mental health app updates therapy modules after the patient feedback. There is a mental health app that do updation inside it. When received the patient feedback, patients are using the mental health app, and then the patients are providing the reviews and feedbacks to that, and on the basis of that feedback the improvement is done. Now we will see regulatory sandbox. So what is regulatory sandbox, if we will see? So we have covered the two steps. First of all, we have seen here the reimbursement, that is how digital health apps get paid. We have seen different systems. After that, we have seen the method and strategy behind to develop them, that is agile. And now we will see testing phase, that is what is a regulatory sandbox. That is the main concept in it. So if you will see a regulatory sandbox, so a controlled testing environment where companies can test new healthcare technologies. So regulatory sandbox is a controlled testing environment where companies can test healthcare technologies under the regulatory supervision. So what is the main goal there? That is, companies are testing digital health care technologies basically under the supervision. What is the purpose about that? Is encourage the innovation. You will see that companies are testing, so they are exploring the things that we have to implement. Reduce the regulatory risk, because the testing is done, so the risk of anything, any harm is reduced, and allow the limited real world testing. For example, we have example here. An AI diagnostic tool can be tested with a small group of patients before full of approval. So this is a simple examples about the regulatory sandbox, that you have an AI diagnostic tool that first of all tested with small group of patient instead of launching into the real world. So that is our concept here, that is allow limited real world testing. So that first of all we will test with a group of people, and then we can launch it outside the real world. So just like that, a AI diagnostic tool can be tested with first of all small group of people before full approval. So now let me conclude what we have studied. So first of all we have studied here the reimbursement, that is how digital healthcare apps get paid. And what it will do, reimbursement enables the adoption of a digital therapeutics. After that, we have seen the DiGA, that is Germany, allows doctors to prescribe the reimbursement healthcare apps. We have also seen the other system, that is PDT, prescription digital therapeutics, that is treat diseases through software, and NHS App also we have studied, that provide the trusted digital healthcare solutions. And then we have done the Agile Development, and at the end, that is for the speed up the digital innovation. And at the end, we have seen the regulatory sandbox that allow the safe experimentation. First of all, the limited group of people before launching into the real world. So this is all our concepts that we have covered. That is how digital app, healthcare app get paid, and all these concepts, that is how agile development inside them. And at the end, we have studied the testing, that is regulatory sandbox. So I hope this lecture will be clear. In our next session, we will see our next topic. Thank you. Have a great time. Bye.